Hey everybody, welcome back to the Calf Plus channel. It's a party tonight, as you can see. I've got my drinking shirt on, and we're gonna have some fun. It's a Wednesday night. It's our art sale evening, and we got some art to look at tonight. So welcome back to the show. We've had a lot of programming the last 3 or 4 days, but there's more to come, and I'm glad that you all are here with us this evening. So tonight we're going to be looking at some more of the, I guess, rarities within Bart Sears' professional career. It's the Indies and Oddities show, and so we got to figure out, how does one get into the Indies and Oddities side of artwork? So let's bring in Bart and find out, because he knows a thing or two about these things, I guess. Hey, Bart.
How you doing, Bill?
Hey, well, you were wearing that wonderful shirt, and I could not let you be there alone with all of that, the palm fronds and everything. So I'm here for you.
Too many
So
years in Florida.
what's that?
Too many years in Florida.
Oh, that's true. You pretty much, you can't throw out your wardrobe, right? Just because you move
Heck
back
no.
up north.
Nope. Heck, I still
Well,
have shirts that are probably 50 years old. So, no, maybe not 50. 40.
40 years old. Yeah, I got a few. Well, nothing that old. I got a jacket that's maybe about 40 years old. But Marcus thinks this is. I've had this shirt for about 20 years. I bought this in Vegas once, when you go to those, like, $5 shops, and you can pull, like, the cheapest stuff off the rack, where they have got
Yeah.
ashtrays in the shape of cowboy hats, and $5 drinking shirts. And so, yeah, I've had this for. I didn't buy it when I got married there, but I've had it for a long time. Are we in the same room? We are not in the same room. Does we kind of have the same decor, I guess. Books and art,
Yeah.
and I don't have a sword on my wall though, Bart. I don't remember seeing that before.
Yeah, that's an actual, well, actual, it's a new made, but it's a Scottish Claymore.
Oh,
It's
cool.
actually a real sword, not a recreation. So you can fight with that bad boy, not worry about it snapping.
Oh
You
boy.
know, for
Has it come off the wall often?
fight. Pardon?
Have you taken it off the wall?
Oh, yeah.
Any in the recent past?
No, not in a long, long time.
Well,
My sword fighting days are long over.
I don't know. There's probably a rent fair or something around there. You could go
Oh,
and
yeah.
brush up on your skills, I guess. Well, when I was down in Ohio, I've got a sword around here somewhere too. But and I had it on the wall when I was streaming in Ohio. But for some reason, when we moved, I have misplaced it. I'm not sure where I put it.
Uh,
I'm gonna have to see. Then people could really think we were maybe in the same location. But hey, so welcome back to the show. Everybody knows you're
thanks
going
for
to
having
OAX in February too. So not only
me.
will we have art for sale right now, but we're going to get to see you in person in literally 3 months from now in
Yep.
Orlando too. Will you bring similar clothing?
Probably. Hopefully, I won't need to bring winter clothes like last year.
Yeah, I hope that's not the case either. Yeah, that wasn't a very good weekend for hanging outside in Florida. All my outdoor plants died while I was down at the hotel. I came back. I'd planted
Yeah.
trees like 4 or 5 months earlier. They were all dead, every single one of them. Yeah, it was the worst weekend in Florida. I bet the whole time you were down in Florida, when you were down here, that you never experienced 2 days like that.
No, I don't think
No.
so. And we had a couple days where it sort of veered on freezing, but no, it was cold. It was cold down there.
Yeah, no, it was awful. But no, we're in February this time, end of February, and we anticipate much better weather. So, but it's great with having you and Michelle come back too. So it's going to be a good time. And I know you had a good time last year. You wouldn't be coming back this time.
Yep, can't wait.
You said you were just recently at a show. So what con were you at?
It was Twin Tiers. It was in now I can't remember the name of where I was. Horseheads, New York. It was a 2 day
Okay.
show. I was trying to make it for one day. It's a pretty
Were
good
were there any other artist guests at that show?
show. Yeah, my buddy Ron Mars was there, and um, I'm blanking on all the names, but yeah, there were a few guys there.
It's a small show.
If I think of it, if it pops in my head, I'll just shout it out during this. So
Hopefully, yeah, they're not watching tonight and being like, Bart forgot all about me already. So there's somebody in the chat, Antoine, who just did a super chat. He said, Bart gave me my first professional exposure back in Wizard magazine number 27. That
awesome.
me to getting my first job out of college.
Glad I could help, man. Was that the cable contest? I don't know. I did a couple.
So what was the cable contest? We have to ask, even if Antoine wasn't the winner of it.
I gave a description for a cable cover that people had to draw, and I don't know how many submissions I got. I got multiple boxes from Wizard in the mail, and I was like, oh, they do. It took I don't know, it took several days to go through them all and try to grade them and figure out, which ones were on the top of the heap. So it was pretty cool.
Wow. Did they pay you by the hour or by the piece that you had to go through? Or
paid nothing for that.
Oh boy. Well, here Antoine says it was the Incredible Hulk page.
Oh, cool. Awesome. That was another good one.
So did you do a lot of that sort of work for Wizard back in the day? Where they, I mean, because you were a regular, clearly you did covers.
Yeah, I did. It was all part of the Brutes and Babes drawing column.
Yep.
I would give out like assignments or sometimes contests. I don't know if the Hulk one was a contest. I guess it was a contest to get printed. I don't know if there was a prize or not. But yeah, we got a lot of traction with Brutes and Babes back in the Wizard days. I've got one of the Wizard jackets that they gave me. Those cool jersey jackets, whatever they call it, football jackets. I don't know.
Right, right.
The grocery store the other day, and some guy tapped me on the shoulders. That's an awesome jacket, man. I was like completely shocked. I'm like, what am I wearing? I had no idea, but it's like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Well, people remember. It's anybody who grew up in the 90s and loved comics, had a brush with Wizard one way or another throughout that period.
Yep.
Wow. So we're it was we've done a few of these shows in the past, and you've had an interesting career, CrossGen, Valiant, Marvel, DC, everywhere. But when Michelle came back and said we're going to do an Indies and Oddities show, I mean, how did you guys come up with this idea?
Well, I've done a lot of odd jobs over the years, and quite a bunch of work on indies and Kickstarter projects now in the last decade and different other stuff. And we had all this art sitting around, so we're like, why don't we see if we can put some of this stuff up and see if people like it.
Well, I was a lot of the stuff I can say I've not heard of before, but obscure stuff. There's always someone for those pieces that are somewhat obscure. But you even had some game related artwork in here, which was a little surprising. I mean, that was from Gamma World. Yeah.
Sorry.
So how much work did you do for that?
I did a module for Gamma World. I did 2 or 3 of those TSR Make Your Adventure novel books where if you choose A, go to page 21. If you choose B, go to page 35. Choose your own adventure, I guess they're called.
Yeah.
A few of those. I think that was it for TSR. I did that when after I first worked at Marvel and realized I couldn't make the deadlines they wanted me and produce the quality work I wanted to do. I sort of dropped away from Marvel and started working for TSR.
Mm-hmm.
And then while I was at TSR, I got hired by Hasbro. So I was doing Hasbro freelance stuff at the time too. And then after Hasbro, I went straight to Cops or to DC Comics and did Cops Comics, which was from the toy line I designed, Cops and Crooks for Hasbro, and then into Invasion and Justice League. So
interesting. So was Gamma World the only thing you worked on at TSR?
It was the main one. I did a Wolverine adventure game book, a Doctor Strange adventure game book, and a Grey Wolf Adventures. I can't think of the name of that one. Can't think of the name of that last one I did. But so those 3. Never got to do any Dungeons and Dragons or any of that cool stuff back
I was
then.
waiting for you to say that, because then I would say we're going to talk after the show's over, so you can show me what you did there. But okay, so there is no Dungeons and Dragons work, so I can stop thinking about that right now.
Yeah, yeah. Put that out of your mind.
Yeah, well, they had a lot of properties back then. They had spy role-playing games, and
Yep,
like you said, tons of choose your own adventure stuff. So they employed a lot of artists. I mean, I think they probably gave a lot of people a good start in their career one way or another.
yep,
But yeah, there were a lot of good talented people that I discovered. I mean, like Tim Truman was
yep.
did a Dungeons and Dragons module, and I think that was the first time I knew about him at all. I mean, he might have done a few comics before that, but when I saw that, I was like, wow. Somebody's doing like ink wash, and they even decided to print everything, in like brown scale or something like that. It would just threw
Yeah.
me after looking at what I expected from TSR for 7 or 8 years. So anyway, en- enough
Yeah,
about
once they got
TSR.
real popular back there in the early '80s, I
Yeah.
guess. It was the early '80s, mid '80s, and you know, they started to have some money to get a lot of different artists and do a lot of projects. So it's a pretty good time for role playing.
Oh yeah. Nope. What else did you do? I mean, it was either go to the I don't know, the grocery store and play a video game in the at the front of the store, or you stayed at home and played role playing games, or you watched TV.
Yeah, which wasn't much to watch, as I recall.
Uh-uh. No, no. At
Those old
that
four
point
channel
in
days.
time. Oh boy. So like we're going to see here, a lot of this work was, I mean, it's really kind of across the board. I mean, there's some of it, I don't know if there's any 90s work in this, but there's some mid 2000s and stuff that have been done in the last, 10, 12 years. Is it,
The Gamma World is '80s.
that's 80s. Okay.
Uh, what's in '90s?
So I was looking at the dates. Not everything was dated on the
No,
artwork.
I don't think there's anything in the '90s actually. No, it's '80s, and then 2000s and on. Yeah,
Well, we're going to look at a lot of different stuff today, and I'm sure everyone has some kind of story, at least how you got in. I mean, there's stuff for what are some of the titles, because you wrote them in there for the publishers. Ripaverse. You did some work from Dynamite, of course. We already knew that. You did some work for Sony Games, Virgin Comics, Raid Press, Valiant, um, Fun Time Go. Is that the name of a publisher?
yeah. It's David Hedgecock's company. He was the publisher at IDW for years.
Got it. Yeah, I know his name. Yeah, there you go. Newell says Valiant. I know there's a few Valiant fans out there. There isn't a lot of Valiant, but there is Valiant in here tonight.
There's a couple, I think,
Yep.
or one, no, two Valiant pieces, right?
And what? Yeah. Well, I guess we could talk about each one of these as we get through them. But yeah, I'll just say that the gaming art was the coolest thing to see, just because I don't get to see that. There's not a lot of that stuff on the market. Nobody saved that stuff.
No, if you sent it in, and like Hasbro got thrown out.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, grabbed their own stuff back or dived in the dumpsters.
I mean, when you sent that stuff in, you knew it wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
Generally.
Or if you worked there, it just went in a drawer and that was theirs. And, I don't think most people thought of grabbing it.
Mm-hmm. Antoine's asking about did you have an imprint called Omega Comics?
It was called Ominous Press.
Ominous Press. That's
And
right.
it
I knew
twice,
Omega Comics
in
did
the
sound right.
90s and once in the mid 2000 teens.
Cool. My friend Jason in the chat wants to know if we're cosplaying as George Perez tonight. We are not.
Our shirt should have to be a little louder, even more loud than yours.
Exactly. And these are not, made by our spouses either. These were probably bought off the rack,
Yes.
unlike George's that were always, handcrafted by his wife.
Custom made.
Yes, and apparently your cat is interested in something behind you.
Yeah, what is he chewing on?
The sword.
Hey, get off of that. He's on some artwork back there. Well,
As long as it's bagged, that's all that matters.
oh, it's not.
Okay. Oh man. Well, we have 30 different lots to look at. Some pieces have maybe a couple pieces in them with like the prelim and the finished piece, and the gaming art has 4 pieces of art in it. So we should probably just kind of go through these and let people see them, and then they can ask questions, I can ask questions, and um, we'll just kind of run through these. Everything's very fairly priced. After a long weekend of art buying and selling and everything during Comic Art Live, a lot of the stuff here is very, there's a couple covers in here that are very affordable.
I thought so.
But yeah, the thing is, with the way they looked, I wish you had sent me some of the comics from here so I could have read them, and I would have sent them back to you.
I wonder if I have any of them.
Like those Fun Time Go ones are crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I have any of these. Nope. I don't think I have a single one of them. I might have a Bloodshot, but that's, I think, it.
I would think you're supposed to get like some comp books, when you do the covers or something.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Well, all right.
Well,
why don't we just dive into all this? Everybody, just so you know, I do have all the art, like I usually do when I do these shows with Bart. So everything's here. We'll be shipping everything from CAF HQ, and if you're in the U.S., everything ships for $30, and if you're outside the U.S., it would be $65. We ship in Masonite, all that fun stuff. Everybody knows the spiel, but yeah, we like to get payment within a short window. It's the holidays, so getting them in within the next couple days is always good. And yeah, I don't have a script to read tonight, so we're gonna wing that. But I am not a rep, Jason. But thank you for that hashtag in there. But all right, well, let's just go ahead and take a look at some stuff here, Bart. Oh, you know what? Before I even do, I want to remind everybody the link to your pre-OEX, just because everybody, as if they didn't get enough OEX mentions all weekend long. Here's another one for everybody, because Bart still is accepting commissions, and Bart, I should let you know, I actually did get those sketch cards in the mail.
awesome.
Yeah, the OEX one. So I'm going to be making a pack for you all to. I've got your mailing address around here somewhere. I'll ask Michelle for it, but I'll get that out probably by Friday. So so you can do any pre-OEX you get, and you can do some and bring them with you.
Awesome.
So here's the link in the chat. There we go. All right. So yeah, everybody, we have a very curious audience all the time. They like to ask questions. But anyway, we're going to start off with the first lot, which is not the gaming art, but again, it's from a title that I'm not familiar with. It's called Mindbender. So this was a variant cover to issue 2. So and there's 2 pieces with this one as well. So you get the 11x7 published piece and the pencil prelim too, right? There you go. Now, typically, we've talked about your process before, but you like to do the pencil prelim pretty tight, and then light box and ink from that.
Yep, I usually like the piece on the right there. I'll throw that on the light box and just go straight to inks with it. It's cleaner. I've always been yelled at by inkers because when I pencil, I press really hard and mar the board. So especially when I erase, which I do often, it leaves grooves that ink can travel in. And since I don't like inking that way myself, I light box it all. So, yep, light box everything.
So when was this done? Do you remember what year it was?
That had to be sometime between, oh crap, I'm probably gonna get this wrong. I'm thinking around 2009, 2010.
Okay, I'm looking at it. I don't see a date on it.
Yeah, I tend to not date things. I don't really know why. But written by James Pruitt.
All right, very good.
Cover.
Now, did you know anything about the book before you got the job?
No idea.
What kind of spec do they give you when you have to do something like this?
I think they had the issue done, so I got to look through it and see like what his energy effects were, the gist of the character. And I mean, Mindbender kind of says it all, but
Mm-hmm.
so I got to add a few characters in his little energy there that were, I guess, all the main characters, or most of them, or at least story um, important characters for that issue. Retailer variant cover. So I don't know where that came out, but I did get a copy of that. I think I've got one in my saved comics.
Well, I'd like to think you get everyone, but we already know now that you don't. So this was Scout Comics. That was not written in the description. So this next piece is that Gamma World game module artwork, right? So I had to make a couple slides for this because there were 4 individual pieces.
Yep.
So let's see here. So yeah, so it's going to be the 4 pieces of art. I'm showing 2 on this slide. $200 for all 4. And these are spot illustrations for characters or creatures within the game.
Yep. Yep. There's these 2, and I don't remember a single darn thing about them. Or these,
Well,
Gamma Worlds.
This was a while ago. I mean, right? We're talking probably about 40 years.
Yeah, that had to be, probably just on 40 years. Yeah.
There you go. And Newell said that the Mindbender came out in 2017, so 8 years ago.
Wow, that late. Huh. That's weird. Shows you where my mind's at. I can't remember anything.
Yeah. Well, Baker fan said that they didn't know. So how long did you work for TSR?
It was a few months, probably 5 or 6 months, maybe. Something like that.
Well, I think it's cool because I lived on the role-playing games back in the day, but I did not play the Gamma World. I saw the covers, and all that in the stores. You can only, it was either D&D or Top Secret or Villains and Vigilantes were my 3 games back then.
Yeah, we did a lot of gaming back in the day. Hey, Baker fan, I was freelance. I just worked at home.
All right, well, I'll show that one other slide again, and yeah, it was a nice ox. We don't see ox drawings at all around here.
Yeah.
Let alone elephants that have kind of a kangaroo-ish vibe, with spears, no less.
Yeah. Like I say, I don't remember a single thing about the story or anything. I remember Gamma World. We played it a few times, not too much. It's mostly Dungeons and Dragons. A few others. God, I wish I could remember the names.
Yeah, those were the main ones for me. But okay, so Sean Clancy is Baker fan. Everybody's got these weird handles now for their names, so it's unless I recognize their avatar, I generally don't know who's in the chat anymore. But cool to have you over here, Sean. Sean's usually watching on Facebook, so nice to have him over here with the rest of the fans on YouTube. Okay, so let's see here. Lot 3. Not familiar with this one at all. It's it's a DPS on 14 by 20 and a half board. It's from something called Talaman Say.
Yep. It was I can't remember the name of the company. It comes in and out of my mind. It was a company in Bermuda, and they hired me, and I did a bunch of covers in this short story. I think it was a 6-page short story for Talaman Say, and a bunch of covers, and I did the work, and I got paid, and I never ever heard from them again. And I don't think they ever printed anything, but I have no idea.
So it was a mini comic. I see on the notes on the artwork it says mini A, and then that's noted by Michelle as well. Is that?
Yeah, I think meant it was like a mini series.
Oh, mini series. Okay.
I think their plan was to do a book with a bunch of short stories in it to show all their properties, whatever you call that. And yeah, this was one of them. It was a fun story. I had a blast doing this stuff. Creepy characters, cool hero.
I'm going to expect when we don't have a date that Newell, you have to Google everything and then tell us what year it was published.
Yeah, if you find this one, let me know.
Because you didn't get a copy of that.
I got a few emails, way back on, emails I don't think I even have anymore, email names, and never got a response. I have no idea what happened to any of this stuff.
There you go. Newell says that there is absolutely nothing coming up on Google, so that is not a good sign, Bart.
Yeah.
Oh man. What else are we seeing in here? Kenneth wanted to know if you have any more. We don't have any more Gamma World art for sale in here. Do you have anything else laying around, Bart?
Those are the last 4 pieces I have from that whole module.
Okay. Gaming art's hard to come by, especially from that era. Like you said, a lot of it ended up in the trash.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've got a few illustrations from Villains and Vigilantes, and I've only seen it once, and I bought them immediately when I saw them back. And that had been 20 years ago. I mean, the stuff you just don't see it because it's not out there, or it's in like a few very select collections. What year was the Gamma World module? We didn't have a date on it, but what year? What was around the year when?
40 years ago. It had to be, maybe not 40. Let me think. It had to be 86, maybe around 86.
All right. Yeah. John C says maybe 87. So 86, 87. And yes, Villains and Vigilantes was Jeff D. Primarily. I mean, I think he had a little bit of help from some of the other people from TSR back then. I think Willingham did a few spot illustrations for that game, but it was primarily Jeff D. And that's who the only pieces I have were drawn by Jeff.
Huh.
All right, so this one is still out there, $500, lot 3.
You claimed lot 2.
What's that?
Somebody claimed lot 2, the Gamma World stuff, right?
Oh, fantastic! Sorry, I was sliding by when I've been looking at. I'm trying to read the spreadsheet and keep an eye on everything else. So thank you for that, Kenneth.
Awesome.
Collecting a bit of history there.
Yep.
I love that. So we have a CrossGen piece for the next lot, actually.
All right.
Go ahead and highlight that one. So from the first, issue 7, page 21. This is on 11 by 17. And is it on the, let me see, I didn't even take a look at this page. Yep, it's on CrossGen board, right?
Yep. Inked by Andy Smith.
And I was going to say, I say inks by Smith, and I thought that would have been Andy.
Yep.
It's Andy's inks are so nice. I mean,
oh my God.
I mean, is he using a straight edge when he does this stuff?
Oh, the first, yeah, but just everything else. I mean, he is so smooth and slick. It's insane.
I mean, even down in the that small panel at the bottom, just the lines are so darn straight.
Those on his head are not on that guy's forehead. There are not.
Yep.
Ruler.
Jeez.
Just the first lines. Everything else is freehand, and it's probably all brush.
Thank you, Michael Alpers, for that one. This is a really nice page, honestly. I mean, the more I'm looking at it, it is tight. Wow.
Nice. Yeah, the first was great. It was so nice getting to move down there and just go into work and have to pencil 1 page a day. My God, how freeing was that? I loved it. You could really concentrate on what you were doing and make each page special. Not to mention, with all the guys there, you had to post your art every day, what page you finished, so you could walk around and look at what everybody was doing. And that created quite a bit of artistic, I want to say competition, because everybody's books were different, styles were different, but nobody wanted to pin up a page that they weren't happy with. So it was a great creative time.
How many What was like, the number of artists that were kind of in
House,
the bullpen there?
I think seven. I think 7 teams plus
Wow.
some different guys. Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think 7 teams plus, some guys doing fill-ins and learning at the same time. So
Hmm.
it's pretty full. And each team had 3 artists: penciler, inker, and colorist. So
Brian Bailey said, I'm sure it helped you up your game
oh
to,
yeah,
a certain degree. That's probably one of the last big kind of studio bullpen type situations out there, with so many people starting to work remotely after that kind of window where you guys were doing that. We'll probably never see anything quite like that again.
no, I don't think so. And it's too bad because it could have worked. But unless you really believe the whole Marvel bullpen stories from back in the day, and so he wanted to build something like that. And unfortunately, if he was a better businessman, I think it could have survived. But
Well,
it's too bad.
yeah.
Everybody there did great work.
All right. Well, we're switching gears a little bit here to something called The Masters from Power Comics.
Yeah.
We've got two pages from it. This first one's going to be $500. Let me go ahead and highlight that one. Um,
Oh yeah.
this is This is from issue 5, page 6. It's on almost 9 by 14 Bristol. And again, I mean, is this the only issue of this story that you worked on?
Yeah, I did like
Yeah.
a 10 or 12 page story
Hmm.
within, and everybody did like a section of the same story within like a longer graphic novel. And I can't remember if it was 10 or 12. I think it was 10 pages.
Interesting. Well, this one's beautiful, and Rich Cirillo picked this one up. Congrats, Rich. Yeah, I really like this one a lot.
And
And
I don't know if these, I can't remember if these are, I don't think these are original characters. I think they're Golden Age characters or older that were repurposed, reimagined, but I can't really remember. Yeah, Austin does that stuff. Rich knows what he's talking about here.
cool.
But it was a blast. It was a really fun story. There's some great pages from that book. I had a real fun time drawing it. This is a great spread.
Yeah, Rich, you're gonna like this one a lot. Uh, yeah, this is one of my favorites, honestly. So we have one other page from this same book, right? Yeah, it's going to be
Yep.
page 10. So let me go ahead and highlight lot 6 here for that, and we get Rich's claim off the screen. So this is $200 from the same issue. You get to see a lot of the same characters, and that the guy in the lower right is pretty gruesome.
Yeah. God, I wish I could remember his name. Rich probably knows it. Oh, that's interesting, Derek. Somebody claimed 6.
Oh, Rich came in ahead of Jason. So what is this? I think some of them were stand-ins for a Batman adventure. They were custom Mego figures. Huh.
That's it.
Interesting.
I like that owl guy, man. He was a blast to draw. And this creepy dude. God, I wish I could remember his name. My memory's so freaking bad.
Well, you've worked on a lot of different stuff, Bart. We're not going to hold it against you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Well, congrats to Rich for getting both of these. I mean, clearly, he's got an association because of Austin to those, and yeah,
Oh,
that's
so Rich
great.
got it. Oh, he beat Jay.
Yeah, the unstoppable Jason D'Ambrosio. But hey, it's all right. It half face, I guess you can say. A mustache guy. All right, yeah. We'll give them. We'll just start coming up with our own names for these folks. All right. So next up, we have a page from something called the Protectors, and I don't even want to. I'll probably butcher the name of the comics company. How do you
Athleta.
Athleta? That,
Athleta.
all right. Well, let's go ahead and highlight this one. So this is lot 7, priced to $500. Athleta Comics,
That's
and it's from the Protectors issue 2, page 4, and it comes with a pencil piece.
Yeah, it was inked on blue line. So it's a blue line ink job. on, I believe, 11 by 17 marble paper, and then the pencils are a little smaller. It was inked by Mark Pennington, and he did a fantastic job as usual. And this was a company created by Israel Adonijah. He was a Bears defensive end football guy from Canada, no less. And he created a company called Athletic Comics. And the thing behind the Protectors is, the sports people had special abilities, and some of them had extreme abilities and became these superheroes. And this was the main character, Isaac. And, that's a fun book. It was a 5-issue. I did 5 issues of it. It was done as a graphic novel. I don't think single issues were ever done. I think it was printed as a graphic novel. And this was in the mid 20 teens. Definitely printed.
And so something like this was you did the pencil work and then sent the scans to Pennington?
Yeah, and so Pennington, he printed them out on blue line and inked it.
Got it. Well, now the Athleta Comics makes more sense now as as a business name for them. All right, so this one is still available, $500 on that one. Then let's see. Next up, we have something from Pinnacle Entertainment. Well, two pages, consecutive lots. This one's from something called Deadlands. Death Was Silent. Let me go ahead and highlight that one. Lot 8. So.
And this, I don't know if you remember the Deadlands video game or the Deadlands role-playing game.
Oh, that's right. I do remember. I was trying to remember. I knew the name, but I couldn't recall what it was from. Huh.
This was part of a graphic novel I did called The Cackler for them, which I think they did as a crowdfunding project that was, released and printed for a guy called The Cackler, who doesn't appear on this page, but it was a ton of fun getting to draw a Western comic, especially Western stuff with sort of magic and sorcery in it, which is the whole shtick of Deadlands. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. I probably should have zoomed in on that, that lower half panel, because there's just a lot of detail, a lot of nice inking in the figures there, and you can't. I should have zoomed in on that. Either way, it's a beautiful page.
Looks like them though. Thank you. Somebody claimed it.
Yes, indeed. Antoine.
Awesome.
I clicked on it and it didn't highlight it, but I started. Sorry about that, Antoine. But yeah, very, very nice pickup. I like this page a lot as well. All right, so then let's see. We got lots. Number 9 is this one's from a different Deadlands story, right? This one is from something called Death Was Silent.
Yep.
Look a little bit more of a bar scene, I think. Let's see.
Yeah, it was a story written by Ron Mars. It was a standalone comic, which I believe was also kickstarted, and called Death Was Silent. And he's a great gunfighter hero. He can't speak, but his chalkboard on his chest shows what every line he wants to say, and it just appears on the chalkboard, which was really cool. I love this character, man. If they ever did a monthly of this book, I would jump and do jumping jacks to do it or whatever. Something good. It was so much fun. In this story, he was going into this Western town and he just started killing everybody, and it turns out they were all pod people. So it was pretty fun.
But you didn't know that initially? He's just killing people, and then you find out later.
He knew, but we find out later why he's not at all. It was pretty cool.
Rich Cyril said your art is very versatile. You've drawn a lot of different genres in your time.
Very true. Fun stuff. It's nice getting away from superheroes. I love superheroes, and I can kind of draw superheroes in my sleep, but it's nice doing something a little different once in a while.
All right. Well, next up is something from Innovation Comics, Hero Alliance, End of the Golden Age.
This is old.
I was going to say,
years old.
Yeah, this has got some Zipatone on it. I'm surprised KeyBank didn't sue you guys for taking their logo.
What did I know back then?
Yeah, let's see. Is there a date on this? 86 on the
Yep.
back, handwritten. 10
Yep.
17 86.
I believe that was inked by Rick Bryant, who was sort of an inker back in the day on the sort of the fringes of comics,
Okay.
and he did a great job thinking. I mean, it was really sweet stuff. And this was, did I do this? I can't remember if I did this before the Marvel work or after. I don't know, but it was fun stuff.
Well, yeah, that last panel is really nice. But yeah, but that's cool. But yeah, I can't believe KeyBank didn't send you a cease and desist for that one.
If they ever saw it, I'm sure they would have. But happening.
And it is clearly, Marcel, thank you for picking this one up. It is missing, I think, most of the word balloons. The word balloons, there's one in the third panel and the first panel that are still there. But as everybody knows, there's plenty of people who can do conservator work or restoration stuff and can put that on an overlay if you want. But cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. Let's see. Lot 11 is next. So okay, so we kind of bump around here. I think this is going to be one of the Fun Time covers, and it's from something
One
called
time go.
Fun Time Go, and it's Super Kaiju Rock and Roller Derby. So here we go. So
Yeah,
tell me
awesome.
a bit about this, because
This is David Hedgecock, and who used to be the editor in chief of IDW, and he created this crazy thing that has kaiju in it, and the girls are part of a 4-girl band, and they're also roller derby girls, and they fight the kaiju monsters. So it's completely insane. It's so much fun. I mean, if somebody's looking for a fun comic, I could not recommend, a better one. It's just crazy. And this cover was a blast to draw. It wasn't the
well, this
sketch.
this was one of the ones that I hoped you were going to send the comic. I should have just asked, but did you even get it? You must have been able to read them, but you probably get like a PDF or something, right?
Yeah, no, they'll send me the books, and most of these are printed hardcovers.
Okay.
They're longer stories, so but I haven't got this one yet. But I will.
The burnouts. Yes, well, this is a cool cover. Definitely. Where's George Hodge? All right, he usually gets the music related art, but anything that we don't end up selling tonight, I'll make sure I send a mailing out tomorrow so people know what pieces are still available. But yeah, this one's a cool one. So 750 on this one. Lot 11. Brian
Yeah.
Bailey says if I was going to recruit Kaiju Monster Fighters, the roller derby would actually be one of the first places I'd recruit from. All right.
Actually,
Yeah.
in Twin Tiers, we actually met a couple of girls in a roller derby team, and they were looking through some of this stuff and just loved it. It was pretty crazy. They were writing down how to buy the books and all this stuff. So it's fun stuff.
All right. Well, we've in between some fun time covers. We're going to have this Turok piece. Let me see here. It's like kind of bond paper, and we highlighted here. So lot 12. So it's on 8.5 by 11, and it's priced at 250. And so this
Yep.
was like a prelim to another piece.
Yeah, it was the pencils. It was for a sketch cover, private commission, and like everything, I penciled it and light boxed it onto the sketch cover and inked it. So this was the pencils for that piece. I
Very
don't know how.
nice. So even on the sketch covers, is it a control kind of thing? You just like to have that foundation before you put the ink down?
Yeah, something in my brain. That's just how my brain works. If I have to draw it, I've done a lot of books where I've just drawn right on the page.
Hmm.
That's okay, but when I have my druthers, I like to light box everything. And sometimes
Okay.
on the sketch covers where you can't see through because there's something printed on the back of the sketch cover, I
Yep.
just do the old graphite on the back, rub graphite all over the image on the back and
Yeah.
tape in front of the cover and just draw right on it. and transfer the drawing. But this one was like boxed. You'd be able to tell if I drew over it.
Cool. Brian Bailey wants to know if you ever looked at the '60s Turok books.
Yeah, I grew up with those Turok Son of Stone. Those were awesome. I love those.
All right. Well, this one is still available, lot 12. So next up, we have we'll have two consecutive lots from Fun Time Go. This one is Sugar Bomb Portal Potty is the name of it. Let me go ahead and highlight that one here on the screen.
Yep.
So this one is, I guess, one of the variant covers for that book. It's on 9.5 by 15.
Yep.
And yeah, you put a lot of work in this one.
Oh yeah, it's that's that creature there. They see her sidekick is the dolphin with the cybernetic robotic arms that's getting strangled by the toilet creature, and those two heads are actually the toilet creature's nuts. So
That's nuts.
and this is Fun Time Go. It's their books are insane, but they're so much fun. But I got to design Sugar Bomb and did a whole story for her. What's the story I did called? I can't remember. But I did a whole story for her, which is I think the second book. So it's great, and their stuff all comes out on Kickstarter first, and then I can't remember where they're going to distribute it, but yeah.
Well, this is probably one of the crazier pieces I've gotten to hold in my hand, Bart. So, because yeah, but yeah, I actually didn't see the dolphin until you said that. Well, clearly, I mean, there's lots of other things to look at, but yeah,
Yeah.
since I didn't see the color version, I did not see the dolphin in there at all. Wow, lots of tentacles, lots of
Yeah.
nuts, lots of woman in here.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a yeah. She's it's so much fun. Oh, I wish I could show you the whole story I drew. It is
Well,
it's called
maybe
like Millipede Attacks or something. So there you go.
wow. This can hang proudly in a bathroom, says Rich Thrill. I've got a Powerpuff artwork on my bathroom, but I could probably trade it out for that one.
No, feel free.
That's crazy. Oh boy. All right. Well, we have another Fun Time Go cover for lot 14. So let's take a look at that one. This one's Miss Mina and the Midnight Guardians.
Yep.
And how many characters did you draw on this one? Did you count? Because I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's quite a few, and I did not count them. And again, another the Fun Time Go crazy story. She's a pirate queen, I believe, and the standing the little guy with the goggles and the woman to the side and the big guy behind her are her team, and the butterfly winged four winged the girl in the background. They're part of her team, and everybody else are the bad guys, led by the girl in the hat. Yeah, so Fun Time Go.
I'm gonna have to figure out how I can read some of these stories. Just after seeing the covers, that there's they have to be interesting.
They really are. They're just so much fun. They're just fun comics. They're a little risque at times, but they're a lot of fun.
And this one is on 11 by 17, by the way. I should have mentioned that. And the note that Michelle wrote was dust jacket variant cover on Bristol, and it is on a heavier board.
Cool.
Okay. Crazy good, says CJ. Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So next up, lot 15. Let me pull this one up on the screen here. So we have something from Valiant. We have a Bloodshot page from issue 18, page 14. It's on 10 by 15, so a little smaller than the standard 11 by 17. Priced to sell 125. Now let me see here. This is all you? Your inks as well?
Yep. Yeah. I did a 2-issue story arc for Bloodshot, and I don't know what it was, a while ago, and it was a lot of fun. I love the crazy guy with the the goopy guy there in panel 2, and then the crazy guy with the, I don't know, cybernetic parts over his eyeball. It's just fun stuff.
Now, there's no date on this one. Do you rough time frame? But I see that Southern Comic Geek, our friend Jason, has picked this one up. So thank you
Awesome.
very much. He says it's from Bay. Okay, or is that? All right, let me write that. Okay,
It's
thank
from
you, SCG. Next up, we are going to lot 16. So now I don't. Yeah, this you got to explain yourself on this one, Bart, because I'm at a loss. It does say Raid Press was the publishing company.
yes,
Of this.
yes, and let me try to remember this one. Jeez, I mean, you can tell what her staff is, so I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
And um, you know, been asked to draw these large buxom girls a lot recently, and it's a space adventure. She's a queen. Is she a queen? I think she's the queen. And the little guy that they're holding a knife to her throat, his throat, is her lover. And these space pirates come in and steal him. I don't really know why. I can't remember why. And she has to go after him and save him. And she has a metallic dragon that she flies through space and attacks their ship and claws its way in. And that happened in the page before, and this is her coming in to save him. So yeah.
Well, those space pirates are they're not walking away from whatever just happened to them.
They are not. I have to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. We're just gonna stare at this the this this space lady for a little bit longer.
All right, that'll work.
Oh man, but yeah, there you go, and it's done on well, it says 8.5 by 13. Is that right? I got a tape measure right here. Let's see. She's blessed, says Southern Comic Geek. Enhanced, says Marcus. Is her weapon? No, I'm not going to say that out loud, Jason. Yeah, where is James when we need him? So yeah, it was 13.5 by 9, right? I wrote 8.5. Yeah, it's just under 9. Oh yeah. All right. Wally Wood would be proud, you think, Rich? Well, there is a little, that's not much interior of a spaceship, but yeah, there we go. Tape measure, says John. All right, I'll put the tape measure down and step away from my laptop. Okay. Uh, well, while we wait for Bart to get back here, let's see. We don't need to look at her. We keep looking just right here. Nice work. I assume this is all Bart as well. I think he's.
All right.
And this one was all you too, right? It was your inks on that page.
Yep, I think, well, not everything here, but most things here are my inks, I think.
Okay. So again, that was Raid Press, the Barda and Nikto anthologies. So that was $300. Marcus wants to see the page again. You've seen the page, Marcus, more than once. Yeah, look at that. Everybody, John Amora. That's right. I'm wearing my my Vegas shirt actually. He only wore it there one time. The reference was to Wood endowing Power Girl. Yes,
I did that when I drew Power Girl in Justice League Europe, every issue. And what I didn't know is my editor would erase them and reduce them before he sent them to the inker.
Oh, no, that's not fair.
I caught him doing it one time when I was at the DC offices. I walked in and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Dude, you're out of control." Because I think I worked for, I don't know, a long time before I even saw anything printed. So I had no idea. And we didn't get to see inks back in those days.
Oh, so yeah, you're working several, a couple issues ahead. So you hadn't.
So
Did they stop, or did you modify your style to fit the editorial's desires, or did you just keep making him have to do his corrections?
I made him do his work. That's part of his job, I thought. So
Heck yeah, I would
wasn't
have
my
I would have kept drawing him bigger every time.
I did. I was trying to honor Wally.
Oh boy. All right. Well, let's see. We need to go to the next lot here, and that is It's a it's this, this is one of those ones that was you had a couple images for the folder here. So it has uh Ramayan 3392 AD Reloaded. So pencils only. Is there an inked version out there for this?
There is somewhere, but I sold that long ago.
So this is a pre-limit. It's a little dinged, it's a little folded, but it's got a lot
Read
of.
this on
Yep.
the light box and inked it, and that was so the cover you see printed is the inked version of this that I throw in a light box and inked on Bristol. And these are the pencils.
Well, very nicely done. Brian Bailey says Wally Wood's famous quote was, "I'm going to keep making them bigger till they tell me to stop." So, oh boy. Well, your pencils are very, you know what you want. You don't really hold back at the pencil stage. That's for sure. You're
Nope.
not just like roughing it in here, Bart. You're putting in all the detail, man.
Kind of
All
gotta,
right.
especially with stuff like this so that you don't draw all the time. I think I did a 3-issue story inside as well. I can't remember.
All right. Now this next piece is I get we can call it gaming art. I mean, it was done for something that you're going to explain to us. So this
Yeah.
is a Frankenstein monster concept art for Sony Games. It's on 11 by 17. It's kind of a lighter paper, kind of like one of what like a 20 pound. What was
Yeah,
the
I think
note
it's
on this one?
20 pound bond or something.
Bond, yeah, like a Bond 20 pound paper. But so Sony Games, what did you do for them?
I was hired by a company to do all the concept art for a Universal Monsters video game. And this would be about 2010-ish, I think. It was after I worked for Heatwave, which was a video game company in Austin. And a guy I knew left that company and went to another company with somebody else. And they hired me to do all the concept art. And so I did tons of stuff. I did all the monsters, all the settings, everything. And this was a concept for Frankenstein. Um, that was part of the game, and they had just started. They had been creating the 3D models and started some animations when the Tom Cruise, the Tom Cruise movie came out, the Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever year that came out, this was around the same time, and it did so badly that Universal canceled all their Universal Monster stuff. So this game got canceled.
Well, that sucks. So you actually didn't get to see it through to the end?
No, I've
Or
never, of all the video game art I've done, none of the games have ever been made.
well, that sucks. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it sucks.
I mean, at least you get paid, right? Even
Oh yeah,
they
yeah,
well, that's good. So there's no ink, like this was all done pencils only.
yeah. There's painted versions, but it's all digital.
Got it. All right. Well, this
And I
piece.
just watched the Frankenstein movie today, the Guillermo del Toro, and that was a lot of fun. Enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, I wanted it to be better because coming from Guillermo, but it was still enjoyable.
Yeah, it
And
was fun.
and they have, if you ever make it down, well, you are going to be down here in Orlando. They have that Epic Universe now, and they have the whole famous monsters world now,
Oh yeah.
and it's pretty cool. Yeah, the whole section is very nice. They have one ride that's all like you're riding through Frankenstein's castle, and
Really?
it's pretty amazing.
That's cool. No, I had no idea.
Yeah, you can actually get a pretzel in the shape of a dagger, and of course they give you marinara sauce with it. So
That's
it's a
fun.
nicely themed area, yeah. And I think they serve all the drinks in like beakers as well. So
Oh wow,
it's
that's
it's
great.
fun. Yeah, everybody is walking around. They look like they're acting the part. All right, so that was a lot. That's 18, right? Yeah, 18. We
Yeah.
can take a look at 19 next. This is another cover prelim. I think we actually had this one once before, but here it is again. This is
Pretty sure
I don't know. I mean, it looks familiar. I feel like we had a John Carter one
we
once
probably
before.
did. I've done many of them.
Okay, so that's probably just me But yeah, so this is 500 as well. It's again on that light on a 20-pound Bristol, and this is from, it was a Dynamite book, right? Yeah.
This Dynamite did a bunch of John Carter covers when they had the license. And this is just me penciling with markers. I would throw that in the light box and do the final ink job. So this is, I guess, the pencils. But I just
Yeah.
did a marker like I did a lot of the path work.
Well, it's very nice. Alberto says we're going to do an Epic Universe field trip before OAX. I can't do anything. You guys can do that before OAX. I could do it after OAX, but yeah, I cannot do it in the lead up to the show. No fun until the show's over. But I would highly encourage everybody to go there if you have the time, take an extra day or two. All right, so here we go. John Carter prelims issue 2, the cover to that, and it is $500. And next up, what was lot 20? Oh, that's right.
Turok.
There you go. So this is a Turok Dinosaur Hunter issue.
It was for and these are the pencils. Again, I threw that on a light box and inked it. Number 8 cover.
Very nice. So this is it does have a fold. It was folded, and but yeah, nicely done. This is again from issue 8, $500 for this one, and it's on the same kind of like 20-pound Bristol,
which is mostly what I draw originally on.
And yes, Dave, it is from the Dynamite series. That is correct.
Yep.
And it's not Sauron, Marcus. No. Although that would be fun.
Yeah.
Turok would probably be able to tame him. All right, let's see. Next up, lot 21. So this had what was this drawn for? It's 11 by 17. It's again on the bond. There's no folds or anything in this one like on the prelim. So this is $250. Michelangelo and Cerebus.
Yep, it was a private commission,
and
he wanted Cerebus and Michelangelo as barbarians. So these were my pencils. Again, I threw this on the light box and inked.
Well, Cerebus and Michelangelo look awesome, but yeah, the Cerebus you got down really well.
Yeah, that's the first time I drew that guy. I like the little nose ring I gave him.
I see that. Really, in all your years, well, I mean, I'm sure that's it's not a character that people would ask somebody that isn't Gerhard or Sim to draw, most likely.
Yep, that was a first, at least to my memory. I might have done them at a show commission in mid 80s or 90s or something, but I have no recollection of that. So to me, this is the first time.
Okay. All right. Well, next up we have a cover from Dark Horse Comics, and it's to something called The Scream, and it's going to be both the inked version and the pencil version. Let me highlight this one, lot 22. So it's an 8.5 by 13, and well, this one's dated 07. Okay.
I don't know what I was thinking. This was written by Peter David, and it was a 4-issue miniseries. It was a blast. That little guy turned into that big monstrous creature thing, whatever the heck it was. I'm trying to remember more of the story. But again, that was now 18 years ago?
Yep. With plenty of grenades, guns, and it looks like a sword as well.
Yeah.
Whenever anybody needed a brute, Bart, they knew who to call.
I can't deny that, but
but
it was fun.
So you only did the covers for this?
No, I did the whole thing.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I started out inking it, and then I just went to doing pencils, and Randy Elliott inked the remainder. I think I did half the first issue. But yeah, there's the pencils, and it comes with the ink cover.
Very cool. So $7.50 for lot 22. You get both the pencils and the inks on that one. All right. Now this next, well, the next couple pieces are from Ripaverse Comics. So let's take a look at that. Lot 23. Something called the Great War of Separation on 8.5 by 13.5. Yeah,
This,
this is
this
crazy looking.
name is Zeno, and he's clearly a goopy dude.
Well, he can take a bullet.
He can take a few, actually.
Yeah, he's you know, wow. So this was an issue 1. So this is like I mean, how do they give you the information to draw the first cover to something for a brand new
Well,
series?
it's already done, and these are all kickstarted or crowdfunded
Ah,
for
got it.
Ripaverse. It's that rapper Eric July.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got. I mean, he sells. I don't know. Sells a lot. Makes a ton of money with these things, and contacted me to do some work. So I did some stuff. We'll see coming up, and he asked me to do this cover, which clearly it was fun. I like drawing guns, especially when I don't have to draw the whole gun. It's so much more fun to draw barrels. And this weird dude Zeno. So yeah.
Yep, they shot him all over the place, Marcus. And Tony says a T1000, kind of like that, I guess, but
Kind of. I mean,
a
I
little more
don't really know
fleshy.
much about his story, but he's a fleshy, drippy kind of guy.
Okay, next up we have lot 24, and that one is I think we have a couple salvage pieces. Again, salvage PI. It's a calendar pinup.
Yep.
It's done on 8.5 by 13.5, $500. So this was actually used in a calendar.
Yep. For their 2025, I think this year's calendar that they sold. Yeah, he's a private detective, and his superpower is super hearing.
That comes in handy if you're a private investigator.
Yep.
Composition's kind of cool on this one, Bart. It was very, very now. I like it.
It's like, 4 different images really. But
Did you get to do other images for the calendar, or was this the only one?
no, this was the only one. I did I don't know how. I did a story for Salvage, and I started a 64-page graphic novel, but I haven't heard anything about that since I finished page 10, so I don't know where that's at. But yeah, he's an interesting character. Crazy dude. I mean, his suit's just nuts. I did not design it, but it's kind of crazy. And his hat has a razor edge somehow, so he throws it.
Better than Captain America.
Yeah,
Actually cut somebody's head off with it.
pretty much.
All right, next up, let's see, lot 25. So this is an interior, right, from Savage PI, page 8.
Yep, that was the from the printed one, from the Ripaverse, featuring Salvage and his classic Eldorado.
I was gonna say he's got a badass car.
I figured he had to have a badass car.
Of course. All right, so that one's $350, and then we have another page from Salvage. This is page 11. It's $200, same size board, and this time he's shooting up some people. Kind of fun panel layout there too, with the in the middle there where he's gunning down those people, those 3 guys.
Yep, it's pretty neat. I did something similar in a Captain America and Falcon book I did, but it worked.
Alberto, who loves Cap, he's going to take his like off our show tonight because I dissed Captain America's shield.
Oh man.
Come on, Alberto, don't do that. But yeah, he's busting noses. He's gunning people in the face. Yeah, he's a good shot. and he has a hat that can sever heads.
Yeah, and super hearing.
Oh, that's right, and super hearing.
Yeah,
Yep.
and super hearing. Yeah, salvage. It's part of the Ripaverse. If you Google Ripaverse, you'll find all this stuff.
All right, we got 4 more pieces to look at, right? Yep. Let's see, where are you? Lot 27. So this is a Mega Man
Yep.
pencil piece on 8.5 by 11. This is on a like a standard Bristol, maybe a little heavier. Um, Priced at 350. And
Good old Neil Adams Mega Man.
yep, those were fun times when like Ms. Mystic and Mega Man were coming out. They were well, everybody was trying different stuff, right? Different
Yep.
characters. Did you get to work at all on anything with Neil?
Yeah, I did Armor issue 4. I penciled that for Neil, and Rudy never has inked it, and it was awesome. Didn't look anything like I penciled it. I mean, all the rendering was different. Still my drawing, but he did, the Rudy rendering, which was great. And they wanted me to do it regularly, monthly. And I told them I'd be happy to if I could do breakdowns, because it was ridiculous to do final pencils when Rudy's just going to do Rudy on it. And they didn't want that, so we didn't move forward.
And yeah, Megalith. I'm sorry. I was
Oh,
copying and pasting and didn't even bother to double check my own stuff. Yes, Megalith.
sorry, not Mega Man, like Megalith.
I
Oh,
did play Mega Man video games back in the day, though.
yeah. Those little side scrollers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you remember.
Oh, yeah. I was a kid once.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What's next? 28. Oh, this was fun. From He-Man.
Man at Arms.
Yeah, that's nicely done as a pencil piece. So it was done for this is like a prelim again, I guess, right?
Oh, this is just pencils.
Oh, this was just straight pencils for fun. So this is dated 2010.
Yep.
I wondered why it looked a little too finished. Okay, cool.
Yep, that's the final piece right there. Just the pencils.
And it's on I mean it's kind of like on a textured Bristol, a little heavier board.
Yeah, it's like a kid finish Bristol, like a Rockford finish.
Almost looks like it has a little prelim on the back. Let's see. So that one's 350, lot 28, and then I've got the last 2 pieces are from Advent Comics. Let me see here, because these weren't in the spreadsheet, but they actually came with a post-it note with the prices on them. So this is from something called I don't know if
Mystic.
I guess it's Mystic. I wrote Cosmos on there. It's actually just Mystic, page 10.
Cosmos might have been the name of the story.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, this was page 10, Mystic, for Advent. I've done a lot of work for them over the years. I mean, maybe over 20 years. But this was part of a 10-page story I did that Ron Mars wrote. And, yeah, a lot of fun. I can't remember the name of any character except, actually, I don't even remember his name. I don't remember any character's name in this. But
That's a common thread in our discussion this evening, Bart. That's what
I know.
Again, you've done a lot of different characters, and Rich, this was not used for any the Man at Arms. That was just for fun, right, Bart?
Yeah, it's just for fun.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like if it was inked and everything, that it should have been used for something, because yeah, you put a lot of work into it. But yeah.
It's fun.
All right, so this we have page 10 from Mystic, 250, and then I think the next one is a DPS, and it's the last piece we're going to look at tonight from there.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is pages 2 and 3 from Mystic, and it's priced $400. You got a glowing skull and some magic going on there.
Yep. I think he's like their Doctor Strange kind of character, but a little more buff.
Which is why you were asked to draw him.
I probably would have made him buff anyways, but you never know.
Yep.
Yeah. And all the little side panels are, bits of story passed. I think it was kind of. I think the story was like tying everything together from this character,
Mm-hmm.
into one cohesive piece. So yeah, that's it.
That is our last one. Yeah, I was just looking at the original now. Cool. All right. Well, we made it through 30 lots. We never get through 30 lots on a show so quickly. But no, this is good. You have to tell Michelle that she did a fantastic job putting this together for me. Or did you do this? And should I be thanking you?
Are you kidding?
All right. That's what I thought. I mean,
You would have got scribbles you couldn't read, and you'd have been emailing me. What does this say? No. And I'd have missed things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I could. Well, you know what? I'll do is I'll send out a mailing tomorrow with all the unsold pieces, so we can let everybody know, and I'll post it up on CAF so we can get some more eyeballs on it, so people who were not watching the show tonight can see all of the available artwork that is still out there. I appreciate everybody who picks up some pieces: Ken and Michael and Rich, Antoine, Marcelo, and Jason. Uh, you're right, Brian. It's easier when there's no place to run around like that. But for those who picked up any artworks, we want you to email bill@comicartfans.com tonight, and I will set up, give you our payment options. We like Zelle and Venmo. Always remember that. We prefer not to do PayPal because we don't like having to charge a fee when we do the PayPal thing. Zelle and Venmo is much easier if you got that. And Bart, any parting words for us this evening?
No, I just appreciate you guys having me and everybody that showed up and looked at the stuff. This is stuff as as you, Bill, first times for many people seeing any of this stuff, even knowing it existed. So it's pretty cool to have a means to get it out there so people know other stuff I've done over the years.
I see that, and we're getting some people throwing in. What is this? Michael Elpers is making an offer. I mean, offers typically when I'm doing the artist shows, Michael, I can address that after the show. Did we? I'm trying to scroll up so I don't miss anything. Yep. Let me see. Fun art. I have to have the pirate. I mean, Andrew Clark said he wants to have the pirate cover 14. I don't know if that's a real claim. I guess it probably is. I see Southern Comic Geek is claiming the Turok cover. Thank you. Man.
Two things somewhere up here.
Let me see. I'm trying to highlight them.
Melpers offer lots 9 and 11 for 900. Always doing offers. That's up to you later.
Yeah, yeah, Michael, we'll definitely. I'll address that with Bart afterwards. But let's see. Making a note. And what else did I miss? The recap show people buy. Well, we don't, but in recap shows with the dealers, we like haggle and lower prices. We don't do that when we have artist shows. But did Andrew want to buy the? He says he has to have it. I don't know if that's. I'm assuming that might be a claim, but let us know in the chat if you don't mind, Andrew, before we sign off. That was a very cool cover. Clearly, definitely. I think a lot of people thought that was a good one.
Great price.
No denying that. But yeah, it's what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Do you just like stay home and you and Michelle just
yeah, with our son Asher, we just sit here and do our thing. I don't know if we'll watch a movie or I don't know what we'll do, but we'll have a dinner. We'll have Thanksgiving with my mom's the day before.
Mm-hmm.
Come back here and have a nice casual, hopefully no work day.
That would be nice. And Andrew did confirm that he was picking up the lot 14. Thank you very much, Andrew. That was a good one. Really, really well done piece.
Yep. Thank you very much.
All right, and Michael, yeah, I'll let you know. Well, so you got to email me anyway about the lot 4. So get me your contact info. I already know your contact info, Michael, but shoot me an email after that. But again, everybody who claimed, email bill@comicartfans.com. We'll get everything squared away with the sales and everything, and get stuff shipped out before next Monday. So yeah, I got a lot of work to do. But Bart, as always, it's good hanging out. Say hey to Michelle for me, and everybody in the chat, have a wonderful night.
Thank you, everybody.